Since the first season of Blue Lock is now over, it is time to finally see which of these two is the better football anime. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the best football anime. After Ashi and Blue Lock released 24 episodes of their first season, this can be a fair assessment as to which is better. Just bear in mind that this is an anime only and will not be taking the manga into account. We'll be looking at 5 criteria to judge which one is the best. We'll be looking at the animation, the characters, the storyline, overall football, and the ideology of the coach. We'll start off by looking at the animation of the two. Production IG did a good job on the visuals of the show, even the characters and the scenery, unlike a certain anime which I won't mention. But the character design and overall flow of the game looks to be running smoothly. From your average view to the top view, and even get an introduction to first person view, which I thought was a very nice touch to it. Although there are some hiccups, the spin on the ball looks good, and I like how they put the detail on the football boots, as they are often overlooked. From the quality of the grass to the background characters on the sidelines, it all looks natural. Even scenes that feature just conversations, with no action or football, it still looks pretty good. Now, moving on to Blue Lock. 8-Bit did really well on the first episode, as if to draw us in. Everything flowed smoothly, from the dribbling to Bajra trying to assault Kira. It all looked good, until we actually got to the matches. It seems like they focused on giving Ego all the animation to explain himself while he's talking, and taking it away from the game. For the most part, I like where they were going with the normal movements mixed with the manga panels. But why did they have to add the CGI though? It brings me to tears every time I see it, and it's not tears of joy. And just from that alone, I think we all know who the winner of that category is. 8-Bit just fumbled the bag. Ashi takes this one. And for the next category, we're going to be looking at the characters. For this one, there will be 3 subcategories: the protagonist, the antagonist, and the character design. Isagi and Aoi could have not been a better look at the difference in playstyle. Isagi, the main character in Blue Lock, and probably one of the most liked anime protagonists, used to be a team player, which ended up letting him down in the end and stopping him from reaching nationals. It did not seem as if he could reach his potential until he met this man. Ego turned him into a demon on the field, devouring his opponents, Paul, and developing his ability to create and score his own goals. Aoi, the main protagonist of Ashi, is actually the opposite of Isagi. He started out as a selfish player whose playstyle was changed to more accommodate the team and become a team player, the typical protagonist route. I don't blame him though. If it works, I guess. His vision ability gives him a bird's eye view of the field, allowing him to predict and know everyone's movement on the field, allowing him to create and dictate play. So as you can see, this one goes to Blue Lock. The antagonist battle is between Kaneda and the king himself, Baro. For anyone who actually watched these two anime, know that there shouldn't even be a conversation. Baro is the guy that Kaneda tries to be, but fails dismally, and it's kinda sad to be honest. Although both of them did get destroyed by their protagonists, Baro was able to bounce back, while Kaneda took the L and kept it pushing. So he can also take this L and keep it pushing, because this one goes to Blue Lock. Moving on to the character design. For Blue Lock, where do we start? We have Ichigo for starters, and a Bakugo that's just as loud, and a useless Kami who should be at a temple. They do have this demon though, Shiroryuse. His character design is by far the best we've seen so far, but I'm sorry to say that Ashi has the better overall character design The design of the characters in Ashi are comparable to the likes of Kuroko. Less flashy hair, but more flair with their design. And at the end of that, the character category goes to Blue Lock. The next category, the plot. To briefly summarize the plot of Ashi, it is basically about a young boy in the middle of nowhere who has a natural talent to play football, but doesn't know the basics. Who plays for himself and wants the spotlight all to him. Scouted by a prestigious club in Tokyo, he joins and tries to be the best, but hits a wall as he finds out he's not good enough. His style of play has to change to become a team player. He gradually grows and ends up getting promoted to the A team. It has the typical storyline you'd expect from a sports anime. And to summarize the plot of Blue Lock, it is about a boy who failed to make it to nationals because he put his faith in his teammates. Then he gets told that his way of football being one for all is all wrong and he should want it all for himself. He takes the charge to change the way he plays the game and wants to score his own goals. He builds an ego and trash talks his opponents as he destroys them. His character development is insane, which is the reason why this one goes to Blue Lock. The next category will be the overall football played. This is simply based on how realistic and how well the games are played. Ashi displays this well by showcasing the game and all the plays being made. The skills, the shots, and all the crosses look good. They play the normal way we are used to seeing, with no animation wasted on other things. Whereas on the other side, with Blue Lock, everything seems to be moving way too slowly, with the added dialogue that can take up half an episode. You sometimes don't even see the passes actually being made, because in some moments, it is a manga panel, which I actually really enjoy. The fact that they went in this direction. It adds to the overall experience, but sadly it won't help them here. Ashi takes this one. It is tied at 2-2, with the last category being the ideology of the coaches. Which coach has the better view of football and how it should be played? Ego or Fukuda? Ego wants his players to develop an egotistical way of play, where they feel that it should be all about them. No hesitation to take the chance, even if they are not alone. It is one of the most fundamental things for becoming a good striker, which is often overlooked. Not relying on anyone but yourself to get the job done. It is by far an effective ideology, as we've seen the growth of the players such as Isagi and Baro, who already had it in them. There is no way we can doubt Ego's ideology with the results right in front of us. Fukuda has a different approach. He wants to create a system that works well with all of his players inserted in there, who have their own various roles. With one piece missing, he sees Aoi's talent and can fill that spot. He wants the player with the best vision and overall awareness at the fullback position as their playmaker, which means that the team has to rely on the whole unit to make things happen. Even with a star like Kuribayashi, team communication is key. There is a sense of egoism with players such as Kaneda. Could be why he wasn't chosen. Will this work out? We'll have to wait and see, as Aoi has finally been promoted to the A team, after seeing the results of the ideologies. At this moment, I'll have to give it to Blue Lock. Ashi is undoubtedly one of the best football anime to ever come out, but Blue Lock is just a step ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.